Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's Vlogmas book review is Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Shetterly. I can never remember that. These are little post-it notes, so I wrote the women's names that they are in the movie, just to give a face to a name in my world. I'm not gonna lie, I watched the movie first. I saw this, I bought this at the store and just put it on my shelf to read. And then I think like a couple weeks later I bought the movie and my husband was like, we're gonna watch this movie because I want to watch it. And I'm like, but I haven't read the book. He's like, I don't care. So, you know, I was forced to watch the movie first, you know. So, if like me you saw the movie first, this book is nothing like the movie. There were a lot of creative liberties taken with the movie. And to be fair, they needed to be taken. Oh, let me tell you about the book, because I forgot about that part. This book tells the stories of the women, specifically the African American women. And the book has more information on also just African American men as well, who helped the space race back during the Cold War. So this is not a narrative nonfiction book. This is more of it reads more like a biography. Some problems that people had with the book was, one, it's jumping back and forth. It's not chronologically written. So it's jumping back and forth in time, jumping back and forth between people. That didn't bother me so much, but I know there were people who had a problem with that. The other complaint that I heard was this book was really dry, and I can totally see that. I would suggest the audiobook. I really did enjoy it. It wasn't bad at all. I kind of wish Richard Preston would rewrite this book. Just hit myself in the face with the book. God. I kind of wish Richard Preston would take a crack at rewriting this book, because I really love his nonfiction writing. So, you know, let's ask Santa for that for Christmas. So part of me really wants to say that if this is not a subject matter that interests you, don't pick it up. However, I did learn things about the civil rights movement and that whole period in this book. I don't want to say I wasn't expecting it, but there was a lot of civil rights movement information in this book, which I found very informative, because I live in a pretty white area. Not gonna lie, I live in upstate New York. It's pretty white out where I live. The civil rights movement wasn't something that was heavily taught back when I was in high school, like 15 years ago. I'm not old, I swear. Oh, no, I'm kidding. I'm totally not old. But I graduated in 2003, so, you know, it wasn't heavily taught. You know, there were the big moments that were taught, but they're like little details that would just shock you. Nope, those weren't at all mentioned. Hashtag teach to a test. So, for example, like one of the things that I learned that just like completely blew me away. This isn't a spoiler, because it doesn't have anything to do with the main story, so don't come at me, this is not a spoiler. But it mentions in here how restaurants would rather serve Nazi prisoners from a detention facility than African Americans. You would rather serve Nazis than African Americans. What? Let's not even get into the whole, why do we have POWs walking out of detention facilities going to fucking restaurants? Like, we're not even gonna touch that. But you'd rather serve fucking Nazis. Nazis. Are you kidding me? Like, I was so blown away by how people would think that's okay. Like, oh, yeah, my business came from the Nazis at the detention center today, but not those African Americans. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Like I said, guys, this wasn't taught to me in school. So that's why I said if the subject matter doesn't interest you, you still might want to pick it up to learn things like that. If that era interests you, whether it's because of the space race or the civil rights movement or anything about it, I would definitely pick this book up because there's a little bit of everything in there. I mean, yes, the main focus is on the space race, but as I mentioned, as I just gave an example, there's something for everyone. So I will say I do like that she did bring in a lot of the civil rights into it, like outside of the work facility. There were racial issues inside their work areas, which was unfortunate. But it wasn't just these ladies at work, it was them in their lives. And I like that because Americans, we kind of hide our ugly history, like what we did to the Native Americans and how we celebrate Thanksgiving, even though we shouldn't. So it's just, I like that she brings attention to those things. Like the civil rights movement wasn't just Rosa Parks, it wasn't just Martin Luther King. There were all these other things and all these little things that people experience that you don't know about. So, quick recap on this review. The book is written pretty dry. I definitely try an audiobook. The subject matter is uber important, and I really would like to suggest everyone read this. At least give it a shot. If you find the writing dry, like I said, definitely audiobook. Try the audiobook. Yeah, so if you read this book, let me know what you thought down in the comments, and we can chat about it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all of my social media links are in the description box below. And I will see you in the next video. Later!